I've struggled for so long while doing this whole entrepreneur thing of trying to feel like I'm making progress. And it's tough for someone like me. I have a 9 to 5 job. I'm, married with 2 young kids. There's a lot going on, and I know everyone's busy, so I'm not trying to make an excuse, but it just feels like I can't, it's hard to appreciate the progress sometimes. But let's get into how these videos work. And then I kind of really want to talk about this because I'm building my business in public daily with these videos. They help me with accountability and just sort of an outlet for me as an entrepreneur in progress. So if you kind of align with that, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Like, what are you doing daily or, frequently for your business to help kind of make it move forward and feel like you're making progress? So first, we're going to talk about the things that are, on my mind, which is this very topic because I'm on a path to $10,000 a month. This is day 23, and small progress is starting to feel huge. Like I'm starting to feel it. Monetarily, no, but everywhere else, yes, and it's very, very cool. And then we'll talk about what I did in the business today, and then finally we'll look at the important things tracker. This is a list of things that I track every single day to see how my progress is going. Talking about progress, and then when I see that I have very little progress or small progress, it's frustrating, and it's like, man, how do I improve it? How do I improve it? So let's talk about it, guys, because progress is the whole reason why it came up actually. So today, not that this matters for this call or any this video, but I just had a call inside my community, and it's a 2 day challenge that I'm doing, and this is the second call that I've done where I've had people on it, which is kind of an embarrassing thing to say. I've had maybe 4 of them, and only 2 of them showed up. So, sorry, two calls had people in them, and the first call, I was like overconfident. What do I mean by that? This is a topic that I've done probably dozens of times on my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, talking about this framework that I like, whatever. And I just thought I knew what was going on. And what happened was as soon as I jumped in the call, luckily it was only one person. I didn't know I knew what I was doing, but I was like in the middle of the call. I was like, is this am I teaching them something? Am I, like what's the goal of this? And I didn't really align it. So I didn't even announce it to the person, like what the point of the call was. So there was no alignment. And by the way, she did the first call, and the whole point is they do a call, and then there's a little gap. I give them 48 hours to do a little homework, and then there's a second call where I sort of wrap things up and I talk about the last part that I want to talk about, and then I soft pitch them, a monthly recurring revenue thing. And there's no surprise that in that first call, the lady has she's been ghosting me because she's probably like, dude, what is this guy? What is this guy doing? So luckily, there's only one person on the call. I just had the second one tonight, second call, and now what I did because I felt very unprepared. I spent 30 minutes today. That's it, just doing a Google Doc, outlining what I want to talk about in the call. It's like it's freaking rocket science here. I think I just overly. I think that I need to do more than I actually need to do. When that 30-minute thing, I just sat down and was like, okay, what do I want them to accomplish with this call? And I started with that. And then it's like, what is the proof that I have? And I put that down. And then since the proof that, when I did it might not be as relatable to them, I show them proof of people inside the community, people just like them. And then I went through the steps. Okay, what are we doing in each of the steps? Just very high level. That way I can just sort of glance at it as I'm sort of talking, right? It's not like I need to memorize anything. It's kind of like a workshop. And there's 2 people in this call, and they were both muted. I think they were nervous to be active or whatever, and they were buzzing with questions, and they were every time I'm like, hey, you guys still vibing with this? They immediately type back yes. It felt like I don't know, if you ever go to someone who's pretty big, like an entrepreneur who does a webinar, or even Alex Hormozy started doing live streams, people are just in there all the time. Now I only had 2 people, but they were they were like messaging in the chat. It was pretty cool. They were engaged, and I was like, okay, this is the solution. Now, could I make this a lot better? Yeah, I mean, of course. But there was so much alignment. And again, we'll see what they do if they show up for the second call. I don't know. Like, I have to figure out a way to make sure that I can make sure they do that. But like, they just it felt more for them than it did for me. And it's just like this small little progress stuff is like so interesting because again, I spent 30 minutes. On this thing. And the first call is going to be this where I spent zero time. How am I going to draw this? I spent zero time and it just like, I don't know, kind of petered out. Like my confidence, her confidence on the, like, yeah, it just kind of petered out. And then on the second one, if I started here, I just spent like so much more time. I don't even know what I'm drawing, but it just felt like, what am I even trying to say? Like, I just think preparing, I guess, super underrated. It just seems so stupid. But again, it's like, this is something that I've done so many times. I thought I was prepared, but then on the call, again, on the first call, I was like, oh wow, is this a tutorial? Is this like I don't know, like what is this? What am I showing? Like I got caught in between like how I wanted to present it. And this one was much better. Now, when I have like 100 calls, this is going to be amazing, right? So if I keep reiterating after some feedback and stuff like that, then I think this is going to be excellent. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, like, what do you guys do to like kind of track your progress? Not track your progress. I'm not talking about doing the important things tracker. I mean, that's a good idea probably, but what do you do to like know if something's working or not? And this is just me asking, like, genuinely what you guys do. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to help. I can't help you grow your business. But what I can do, I do have a community that I just started for entrepreneurs, Entrepreneur Cashflow Lab. Basically, I'm just helping people organize their money. And by people, I mean you, entrepreneurs. Basically, it's a done for you service. This is the dumbest price I've ever done in my entire life. This is a tremendous amount of work. I'm doing a lot with people. Sorry, I have two people that it's just a tremendous amount of work. I've been in corporate finance for a very long time, so I'm very aware of what to do, and creating dashboards and cash flows and income statements and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the link down in the description of this video. But for that, let's go into the important things tracker. So this is where I track all this stuff going on in the business. And actually, no, it might be there tomorrow. I have a very small payout on school, so I know today I made $0. So what's the revenue? $0. My YouTube channels, Entrepreneur in Progress, we have 6 subscribers. In my main YouTube channel, we have 786 and 6. And then my communities, Entrepreneur Cashflow Lab, we have 4. Dollar Discipline University, 246. 4. Cool. So yeah, guys, if you kind of vibe with this entrepreneur in progress sort of feeling like I have, like, I'm making these videos for me, but then I also know that there's people out there like you who are struggling and trying to figure this thing out and want to like change your life, change your family's life just by providing enough value in the world. So if this is you, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow.